Edgar Lungu petition is a Pandora's box. It is a can of worms. And actually the problems and the challenges and the so many ramifications originate from the way the petition itself was crafted. We know now that judgment is about to be passed. But now the question we should be asking ourselves is, what is a judgment really being passed on? Things shifting in petition, because most of the fundamental problems that many people right now are contemplating and thinking that they will be solved by the Constitutional Court, unfortunately, are not in the petition, are not before the court. There are only five key things that this petition has asked from the court, and most of the things are not there. These challenges in the petition are eminent from also the petitioners. The same people that took this matter to court have acknowledged and have seen this. We saw one attempt by them trying to remedy, to correct some of the deficiencies of this petition happen in the previous sitting. We saw them trying to create an amendment, and where we should give credit to the respondents' lawyers who saw it quickly and say, hey, that is not part of the petition, because the respondents know and they saw that there is some important question. There are some elements that have not reflected. So without wasting your time, let me now take you, and it's good actually that the Constitutional Court agreed with the respondents. They sided for Edgar Lungu and said, oh, no, those things are not part of the petition. So let us not consider them. Let's expunge them. Let's remove them from the record. But now let me show you what are the questions that are before the court that is coming from the petitioners. And what are some of the things they have avoided to ask, which if they had asked would have answers to the real problems. This is how the matter is. Number one, and in totality, the petitioner is asking and bringing before the court the challenge of participation of Edgar Lungu as PF presidential candidate in the 12th August 2021 elections. That's A. B. They are challenging his eligibility to participate in future presidential elections. So on face value, you might think there are only two questions. No, those are not the real issues. Because when you go deeper in the petition, you realize that now 5 things are being asked for. What are those 5 things? Number one, the petitioner seeks the following declarations, because once you take a matter to court, you need to tell the court what you want in return. What do you want the court to do? So number one, the petitioner wants the court to say that ECZ Electoral Commission of Zambia inclusion of Edgar Lungu on 2021 ballot was unconstitutional. Number two, they are asking the court to declare that Edgar Lungu's participation in the election was unconstitutional. Number three, that Edgar Lungu was not eligible to contest. So you see these things already, the first 3 speak almost about the same things in principle. Number 4, that the entire Article 106 of the Constitution as amended by Act number 2 of 2016 did not apply to Edgar Lungu's presidential term. They are trying to justify why to them he has served 2 terms. That's what this talks about on number 4. So they want the Constitutional Court to agree with them and say, no, he has served 2 terms. Number 5 is that Edgar Lungu, they want the court to pronounce that Edgar Lungu is not eligible to seek presidential office for a 3rd term. So if you look at these questions and this declaration that the petitioner is asking them, you will see that already he's focused on Edgar Lungu. But Edgar Lungu is not existing in a vacuum. There are many other things. And those things are the most important things that we wish this petitioner should have considered, and not just for political expediency. And one of them is that why didn't the petitioner not extend his questions to the election itself? How should the Constitutional Court now consider the election? One of the most important questions they should have asked or asked the court to do is then to declare the 2021 general election null and void. But they avoided that. Because whatever happens to Edgar Lungu, they should have also asked it directly to translate into an outcome. Because by the Constitutional Court only answering these questions, It does not go to the root cause of the problem of why we are in this debacle right now. So, as economic freedom fighters and as people who follow the law, we are placing an earnest appeal to the men in cloth, the judges. This is an opportunity for you to show leadership, for you to save this country and not plunge it in further chaos and confusion. This country has endured 60 years of independence and tranquility, and we pray that this is not a moment that you are going to take partisan positions and destroy this country that will exist beyond you. We have seen some attempts that the government has made with regards to them making sure that the judgment is broadcasted on public media, ZNBC. There we also have a serious question. Why have they only chosen the judgment to be broadcasted? Why didn't they allow the trial to be broadcasted? Because what is important in a case is not the judgment, but the process that leads to the judgment. And Zambians should be accorded the opportunity to follow the proceedings, not to just wait and hear to what the court will come and say. So we see this as a disservice to the people, and the people deserve better. So as we go to hear this judgment, we are appealing strongly, we are appealing that please, Zambia is bigger than you judges. There will be life after you. May you stand on principle and integrity. This case in the first place has been opened on very circumstantial grounds, questionable, and many people have expressed, but we respect the decision of the court. So in this particular juncture, we are praying that if the court decides to explain other encumbrances beyond what the petitioner has asked, may they consider the good of this country, not just the selfish ambitions of some politicians who have got a cause to save or who have got ambitions to fulfill. Zambia is bigger than us, and we are appealing to the Constitutional Court judges. Now the future of Zambia rests in your hands. You can destroy it or you can build it. The choice is yours. This is KASONDE MWEENDA, EFF President. Wherever you want to go, our feet will take us there.